For decades, Beijing presented itself strictly as the world's factory. The focus was on manufacturing, international business, and integrating into the global economy. But the internal data and strategic actions coming out of Beijing indicate a sharp departure from that trade-only posture. They are preparing for a major global confrontation. The Chinese military budget has exploded over the last 10 years, funding the rapid mobilization of the world's largest navy by number of ships. Deep in remote deserts, new underground missile silos are actively under construction, while highly advanced hypersonic weapons are regularly tested and paraded through the streets. This militarization is highly coordinated. Beijing is executing a systematic strategy to lock down the world's most vital geographic and economic choke points long before any physical conflict actually begins. Trillions of dollars in international shipping traverse the South China Sea yearly, making it a heavily trafficked maritime artery. Neighboring nations, Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, claim overlapping sections. Despite this, Beijing operates as if it holds total jurisdiction. To enforce claims, the military targets submerged coral reefs, aggressively dredging them into heavily fortified artificial islands, complete with radar stations and military-grade airstrips. By controlling this exact maritime corridor, Beijing gains the leverage to squeeze a massive portion of global shipping, granting them direct influence over the global economy whenever they choose to use it. A few hundred miles northeast sits Taiwan. It functions entirely as an independent democratic nation, but Beijing claims the island as Chinese territory and has repeatedly vowed to reunify by force if necessary. Taiwan houses a single company, TSMC, which produces most of the world's advanced semiconductors. Without these chips, the modern world essentially stops. Chinese fighter jets and warships now constantly breach Taiwan's air defense zones and surround its coastline, actively rehearsing the logistics of a total island blockade. If Beijing takes control of Taiwan, they acquire the physical foundries producing the microchips that power our modern smartphones, global banking systems, artificial intelligence networks, and advanced military technology. This reliance on a single geographic point explains the surge in military support across the Indo-Pacific. For the U.S. and its allies, protecting Taiwan's independence has become inseparable from protecting the global tech supply chain. Chinese leadership operates under the assumption that the next major global conflict will be initiated digitally, utilizing targeted hacks on civilian power grids and the deliberate disruption of satellite networks. They are aggressively funding the development of AI-controlled battle systems and deploying expansive domestic mass surveillance technologies. This outward aggression and digital militarization actually masks severe vulnerabilities at home. Growth is slowing, youth unemployment has hit record highs, and the massive real estate sector is struggling under a mountain of debt and unfinished projects. When facing severe economic downturns, governments routinely use state media to amplify foreign threats and stoke heavy nationalism to keep their populations unified. Equipping a government under extreme domestic economic stress with highly advanced digital warfare capabilities creates a highly volatile environment where leaders are likely to take unpredictable geopolitical risks. The era of seamless global integration is being tested. As nations prioritize security over low-cost trade, the world is beginning to split into competing strategic blocks. Washington has firmly restricted the export of advanced computer chips to China, and Beijing has retaliated by choking off the export of vital rare earth minerals required for high-tech manufacturing. Military alliances are hardening. The U.S. is solidifying joint operations with Japan, India, and Australia, while Beijing strengthens its ties with Russia and expands its influence throughout Africa and Latin America. Neither side actually wants to fire a weapon. A direct confrontation would instantly crash global financial markets, sever global supply chains, and devastate both economies. Armed conflicts rarely start on a perfectly planned schedule. They ignite when tensions spiral out of control over a single naval collision or a misattributed cyber attack in a highly contested zone. Beijing is not planning an invasion for tomorrow morning. But by methodically seizing control of the world's most critical maritime routes and technological supply lines today, they ensure that if global stability does fracture, they will already hold the keys.